Glizzy.
Okay. I will leave that as your opening.
Yes. I'm really talented.
Yes.
And then with my Invisalign, girl, it be gliding.
Look at me, gente. Welcome back to Two Drinks and a Ting. I'm your Ting, Nathalia.
I'm Eric. I'm back.
Before we begin, look at the new studio. Eric is not the official first guest. I had technical difficulties with Noah. So if you haven't listened to Noah's pod, check it out. He was funny as fuck. But yes, he's technically the first one in the new pod with visuals working. Because also, you see that sharpness right there, bitch? Got a new camera. And as I showed previously, there's the record that Noah got me, The Strokes. Before we begin, what is a ting without her two drinks? He was choking before we got over here.
Yes.
It is a fruit punch vodka lemonade.
Ooh.
Refreshing. We're so far. What the fuck? It's like COVID. It's good?
Oh, yeah.
It tastes kind of like a Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, like the fruit punch Jolly Rancher. But again, it has fruit punch in it, so.
So it's fruit punch, Eddie's deep vodka, I think, and it's lemonade flavor, and that's just your two ingredients. We are still on our way to 500 subscribers. Your girl needs to become monetized. She needs to get money. So she needs you to stop being lazy, hit that subscribe button, and follow. We're still on our way. I'm getting more views though, so I'm happy.
Yeah, on my way here, I bumped into my neighbor. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm heading over to my friend's house to do a podcast. And she was like, what? Shut up. No way. Please send me the podcast so I can listen to it. I'm like, okay. I still haven't sent it to her yet, but
party.
I will be sending it to her. Shout out to Kim.
I'm going to make all my friends tell their friends. And if they're not paying attention, can I buy your phone? And just sign them up without them knowing. I got car decals with the handle on them. So if you see me broom around this area and you see a little sticker on the back, follow it. Look at it. I'm funny. My friends are funny. Especially the last couple of episodes, your bitches have been doing things, okay? And yeah, so everywhere, Two Drinks and Ting on all social media. So for the visual viewers on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can become informed every time I upload. And for the audio listeners, make sure you follow or subscribe anywhere you get your podcast. Thank you.
ASMR. I love it.
Fuck yeah. Anything new?
What's new with my life? I got my passport finally.
Thank God. Jesus Christ. How a person lives without a passport is beyond fucking me.
Girl, I'm just saying, it took a long time. It took 12 weeks to get it.
I think that's normal. 3 to 4 months. I think that's normal.
Well, girl, mine took a long time to come back in. And then I recently got approved for my new rate, my job. So she's making $2 more than what I was making before. But
she's getting money.
You know what? That's still $2 more.
So over the last week, our friend got married. Congratulations, Emily. Majority of our friend group went over there, except me. There's a group chat because this group chat was settled for when we had our bachelorette party for her. And these bitches were just saying shit that I had nothing, I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. All I see is oh my God, Eric, that QR code, send the picture. And he's just like, okay. Mind you, these whores aren't saying shit in the chat. They're just speaking around it. So me, FOMO, I'm just getting real angry. I'm I want to know. I want to know what's going on. I want to see. I only got one photo from everyone. And then I saw everything else on socials. But it was a donkey.
It's a selfie of the donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see the photo right here.
She was in Illinois. So it was I don't know. I guess it's the boonies of her area.
It was in the country. We were in the middle of nowhere.
I've seen photos of her. She looked gorgeous. Everyone of my friends look beautiful. The bridesmaids gorgeous. I wish I was there, but I was in spirit. How was that experience? Your first time in Illinois, right?
Yeah. It was very friendly because being a minority, especially in the country, Girl, I thought, I was going to get called some slurs, but no, everybody was super nice and humble.
He did
'Cause,
send me his parents' contacts before he left.
Yeah. Well, really, that was more like if the plane crashed, but I digress.
I mean, it's needed at certain areas in this climate of the world.
Yeah. But like, like here in like Florida, like I feel like whenever people are like, you walk by and they're like, oh, hi, you just give them like a look like, don't talk to me. Up there, it was like, they were like, me, Lauren, and Josh went on a walk. And then when we're walking, like just people walking pass by us. And then they were like, good morning. Good morning. How are you? And it's like,
That's
damn,
shocking.
what the fuck? And like in Orlando, it's like,
I was
don't
talking.
look at me.
I was talking to Noah about that because he was saying when he first moved to Colorado, it was shocking to him how friendly people were, and I was telling him like that was my experience as well at Colorado. It was just weird how people were just like saying hi and just being very like talkative, sociable. Because again, Floridians for whatever fucking reason, they're just disrespectful and rude for no reason.
Girl, it's hot. It's humid. People just mad. They're annoyed. There's so much traffic for no reason.
So I've been on TikTok lately. I'm not a big avid coffee drinker, but what she was doing was looking real good. She did a Vietnamese iced coffee, and I was like, I want to do that. Girl, I did it at home. It was ass. So I went to this ramen place with my friend Nathalia yesterday, and they had a Vietnamese iced coffee. Drank it, had it over there. The shit was like $6. So compared to Starbucks, not bad, but it was small. It was like a grande size for people who drink coffees, and no, like a medium size for $6.
Yeah, that's about right for like Starbucks. So around the same price.
Girl, never again. It was okay.
Okay.
It was okay. It wasn't amazing.
Was it better than your coffee that you tried to make?
Oh yeah, like my coffee was shit. Like I was cutting corners, sis. I literally had K-pops. I opened that bitch up and just took the grounds from there. So they weren't as refined as it, because the recipe called for instant coffee. I don't have that. I just have the K-cups. So I was like, fuck it. Coffee's coffee. So I broke that bitch open, my Bustelo. I scooped it in the amount and it was it. That was my fucking mistake because the grounds were so chunky and like thicker than the instant coffee would have been, that they were getting caught in my they just get caught in my teeth. I was this is bullshit. But it's because I was cutting corners. I was like, you know what? I have coffee.
Now you know for next time.
I didn't put this in the other pod because I felt very ashamed, but now I really don't give a fuck. I don't like The Office. I don't like Veep. I don't like those types of shows. They make they're not funny. They're stupid. They're just so dumb. Like some scenes some scenes are funny.
You're
doing
wrong.
Too much. No. Other
You're
scenes
wrong.
are just like
The
doing
Office
too
is
much.
Funny.
No.
Parks and Rec is funny.
No.
The Veep. Girl, what? I love that show. Like the episode of The Testimony. Oh my god, so good. Testimony is the one where like there's like the scene where they're in front of like Congress and doing a testimony. And they're like, oh, you guys say you hold this one character in high regard, but we have these files called the Jonah files. The character's name is Jonah. And then they're like reading all like these nicknames for Jonah because, they respect him, but they're all like insults. Like, it's so great. There's like the Cloud Botherer, which is like my favorite one. There's Jack Off Ono, something like that. You just have to watch it, Veep.
I can't.
The testimony episode. I think it's funny. They're all funny. A lot of people think they're funny.
No.
There's one person on this earth that doesn't think they're funny.
Doubt it. Let's not push it.
Right next to her.
It's not one person. I'm pretty sure there's a lot.
But
I'll
like
figure it out.
Nickelback.
Nickelback fucking slap. I love Nickelback. Like, it's 2023 now. It's not cool to not like Nickelback anymore. Like, get the fuck over it. They're amazing. This bra hurts. So because Gymshark had like their annual sale where it was like up to 60% off, and I've been wanting to have like their sports bra. First off, wearing sports bras or
Comfortable.
putting sports bras on is so weird. It's so ugly. It's so unattractive. If I had a man and he saw me do that, I guarantee he would break up with me right then and there. I caught myself in the mirror when I was struggling to put this fucking bra on. Like the band was squishing my tits down. So like one nipple was over here, squished, and the other nipple was like towards the left-hand side. So they're in different directions, cross-eyed. They looked really like orangutan tits. Like the vision, I wouldn't fuck myself. Like it just looks so ugly. Like for the audio listeners, if you know, you fucking know. If you're a female, like a cocked eyeball looking at you, a little drunk. It's a drunk titty. It's disgusting. And then like just to like maneuver it.
It's like, okay, let me fix it.
Let me juggle these bitches. So if you see me fixing myself, mind your business.
I don't know that struggle.
This hurts.
I stand with y'all.
I was always jealous because I was like, I don't have an ass. I don't have tits. I'm literally a pencil in my family because all my sisters, they had big boobs. So I felt left out. I was like, I feel ugly. Like I wish I had big tits. But then I grew up to appreciate not having back pains, not having to lug these bitches around when I'm like running and shit like that. So I can appreciate my little small breastises.
Okay, but your boobs are still pretty big.
I was shocked. I thought I was like a size B. Nah, bitch, they're these.
They're big.
But they're not Fs.
Okay, true. But you still got like pretty big boobs.
I guess they're not big enough because this one person, when I went to the Chinese restaurant, this whore called me a sir.
They called you a sir?
She called me a sir, fucking bitch. I was like, I know I have a hat on and titties.
I probably thought you were a lesbian.
I get that a lot.
Like with the hat, I can see that. I was like, oh, not even that. Like I would just say like, your food's ready. Here's your food.
I was on the phone.
Oh.
How do you get my attention?
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Your food's ready. She just straight up called you.
She was like,
sir.
Your food ready, sir? I was like, I'm like, no, I'm a fucking female, like a bitch. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, girl. I'm like, it's too late, bitch. I'm never going back over there again. Disrespectful bitches. All right. So today I have Am I the Asshole? What the fuck are you doing?
Leave. It's like touching the back of my head, and I'm like, ooh. There we go. I fixed it though.
Oh my God. So I have Am I the Asshole? This one, like men really do be taking the fucking piss.
Men ain't shit.
They really aren't. There are some great men out there who are amazing human beings, but there's just a majority of them who are ass.
What do they have to offer?
Literally, like...
Not enough. Not enough.
Because I'm in my single era, I'm like, I want to have like a canoodle buddy. I want someone to be around.
No, you don't.
Exactly. Like, I really don't.
You're like, oh yeah, sure. Okay, I'm down for that. And then it happens, and then like they do something that gives you the ick, and then you're like, no. Oh, why is you here?
It's literally like PNC just gives clarity.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, never mind. I'm done. I've used you. You can leave now.
Tuvalu. Period. You
Again,
don't get that reference.
I don't.
Girl, you don't know Megan Thee Stallion? Okay.
Oh, I know period, but I don't know Tuvalu.
Tuvalu. Tuvalu. Period. Oh my God.
Before we begin, when you were in your single girl era.
I mean, during my single era, I knew what I was there for. My single era before A. I was just out here having fun.
Oh.
And then I met A. And then I was like, okay.
Did you fuck straight guys?
I don't think so. Because I think straight guys gave me the ick. I didn't want to be their experiment.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't experiment with me. It's only for the gays that know.
That's a meme I don't know.
It's not a meme.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, but after A, I had another single moment. Yeah, I was just out here fucking. I think sometimes they're just saying that to be cringy. Because that's not no normal human interaction.
Yeah.
To be to just rent, especially like when they have no photo of themselves, of course they're gonna be brave and be like,
But why
some
can't they
same
just be
wild
like,
shit.
you want to fuck? Why does it have to be like ick first?
I don't know. It could be like they're either being very serious or they're trying to get a reaction that they can post it on Twitter.
When you told me your interaction with A, where he was like, your beanie and all that stuff, that was cringe.
Oh my God. During our, like, I think it was our first
How did you not leave?
Girl, I
Do you feel comfortable telling your story?
the PTS. That moment made me. Okay, so we went on this date.
Context.
We went to dinner. I was enjoying my time with this person, and then we were just hanging out. We went to like the local pet store that was like right nearby, and then like we went back to his car, and we were like hanging out, just chatting, just to get know each other more. And then like at the moment, it was like I think like kind of close to like winter, like it was like around fall time. So like, and also like during this time, I did wear a beanie like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the beanie, and then like he's like just sitting there, and then he's like looking at me. I'm like, oh, what? And then he just goes, yoink, snatched it off my head,
Wigless.
and I'm just sitting there like. And my internal monologue is probably like, hello?
Did you drive?
Yes, I did drive there.
I would have left.
Then, like, after he, like, snatched it, he was just like, I just want to see all of you. Girl, what? So you had to snatch off my beanie off my head? Girl, like, I just came from work. Like, there's a reason why I got the beanie on.
I've met the A cat, twat face. He's the one from the call center.
Do you a fruit fly?
Yeah. In all honesty, as a third party looking in and hanging out with them every so often, there's this photo that will live in infamy. He is nothing but a fucking like a walking ick. He's, of course, like every one of us, the main character of his story. But I think he feels like he's a like Casanova type of bitch, a suave motherfucker, but he's really not. So when you told me that, I was just like, oh
Yeah,
my
girl.
God.
I edited the photo so it's just you in it.
So
we're at Epcot.
back a day, Eric used to work at Disney. And I really wanted to go to Food and Wine because I've never been.
Yep. So we went in April 20th, 2018. And this photo was taken at... Yep, that's the photo. And 1 o'clock in the morning.
And then the other one is...
Me with my headphones, listening to music, because I was just annoyed that day. And
it wasn't my fault that he was annoyed. He was annoyed from somebody else.
Yeah, I was annoyed with my partner at the time.
Just minding my business, enjoying my life, and then...
Oh my gosh.
He was the type of a person who needed... affection.
You look really pretty in this photo.
Thank you. I did my eyes for like the first time. Like I did the eyeliner. I took Food and Wine seriously. I got dressed up. I looked cute. I was like, I don't know when I'm going to come back to it because he was always talking about, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit.
And then I got fired.
Yeah. Party, COVID. But I wanted to take advantage of it. So I was like, let me look cute. Let me take some pictures, put it on my little dating site and shit like that. I can see his irritation because I think his love language was like affection.
It's very like physical, like very like affirmation by like touch.
Yeah, physical touch is his love language. And
I've now learned that is not me.
Definitely not.
It is not me.
So like every so often we'll be just chit-chatting, talking to ourselves. And I guess he would feel some type of way because he would just come out of nowhere and be like, Bethel. And that's another thing that pisses me off of this cat. He was white as can be, but he thought because he kind of took the initiative of learning a couple of Spanish words or learning a couple of things that he was Spanish. He would put on a little accent and is, again, cringy. So, like, he would just go up to Eric and just be like, Bethels, in the middle of us talking. And I'm just like, when Eric gets mad, he gets silent and he does not want to be talked to. He does not want to be touched. He doesn't want to be anything. But this cat, he might have some social cue errors because he was not getting it.
Physical affirmation, all that stuff is not for me. It is not for me. And now I'm able to express that and like let people know, like, please. Back then, girl, it was like, I'm putting up this wall. I am completely shutting down. And like, honestly, like at the moment, like I can get why he would like kind of like up the ante of like that physical and like that affirmation. Because like, if you see your partner is upset and
you will want to make them smile.
Right. Make them feel better. At the time, I did not know how to communicate with my emotions back then.
It was night and day. Like you would talk to me and you wouldn't be as vexed talking to me and you could see it. But then when he would have communications with him, especially just that day in general, because at first I thought he was irritated with me because I think I had a ticket that for me to get into Disney and I didn't want to ask him for it because I thought it would be annoying to him. But I turned out that I brought the wrong card and I couldn't enter. So he had to use his card.
But it was fine because, like, at the time, like, as a part-timer, we got, like, 16 entrances. And I think I've only been, that year, like, I only went to the park maybe, like, 2 times. So, like...
Yeah, you had a shitload of fucking tickets. It
didn't matter to me. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, but, like, I thought he was mad at me. So I was like, let me be on, like, eggshells with him. But then I noticed throughout the day it wasn't me. Yeah. And I was just like,
I think you did, like, ask me at one point, like, are you, like, upset at, like, me? Or, like, are you just upset in general?
I did ask you.
And then I was like, no, I'm just annoyed with him. Because, like, we didn't, like, I think...
did you have an argument before you picked me up?
Exactly. Yeah. We had, like, an argument of some sort. And, again, like, at the time, I just... did not know how to communicate my emotions and my feelings better, but now I'm better at it. That was a day to remember.
Will always live with me. Oh my God. No matter where we go, I'm always going to pull out the picture specifically. I'm like, remember this day?
I'm like, oh my God, can you not? Oh my gosh.
Now looking back at it, minus him, the boyfriend, it was a good day for us. I don't know where we were at, but we were on a bridge and I think China was in the background and I was like, Eric, strike a pose. And then he like struck the pose and did his like signature fucking cat finger eyes, whatever it's called. And then I was just like, okay, cool. And then I don't know, I feel like he tried to do something, like try to jump in the picture and then Eric's just like, let's go.
Like, damn, you just like ruined the moment. Yeah, I was mean. I was a little bit
One
mean.
would say he did not want to be in a relationship, but you did. It's very confusing being a kid.
Yeah.
Being an early 20-year-old, oh my God, it's so cringy and it's so, I don't know.
Ever since going to therapy, I love it.
I realized that my love language, because I don't like PDA whatsoever, but in the privacy of my own house, I want physical touch from my partner and things like that. But I wouldn't say that's my love language. My love language is definitely gift giving.
Yes. So that's like one thing from like that ex. Like he was very like gift giving.
Oh my God. Yes. He fucking.
And that's more like my love language. And that's just because of like childhood trauma and shit.
Bitch. Like he called me. He was like, so me and A are hanging out. We're going to go eat. Do you want to come? I think the first thought was, we're going to go to Cece's Pizza. I was like, fuck yeah, I love me some Cece's Pizza. So then we went over there and then Eric's ass changes his mind. He was like, I don't want pizza. And then he was like, oh, let's go to Fridays. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I have money to spend. I was like, all right, say less. Let's go to Fridays. So we go to Fridays. And I'm sitting down and I'm being picky because I got money, but I'm not trying to blow, you know? So I was like, okay, let me just get like an appetizer or whatever. I think it was like mott sticks I was going to get or something like that. And then the boyfriend was like, you're not going to get a drink because we were talking about beverages, like alcoholic beverages. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I don't have money for that. He was like, oh, girl, I just hit my incentive of $300 or some shit like that. I'll pay for you. What? Okay. I got myself a peach honey and I was like, say fucking less. And then he did even more and he was just like, I'll pay for you. What? Best believe Mott 6 were out the gate. I got myself a burger. It was amazing. I was just like, I would say that was definitely one of his love languages to gift give, because you were getting a lot of shit from his ass. And I can see why. We're young, so we're going to be materialistic. I can see why you didn't break up with his bitch ass.
It wasn't even that. It was just like, that's more like my love language. And again, like I said earlier, like childhood trauma. And it doesn't even have to be like super expensive things. It could be like literally just flowers, candy. It just kind of like shows to me that you're thinking of me in a sense.
Uh-huh.
And like you saw this item, you're like, oh, they would like this.
Yeah. I just call it and give him a $5 gift card to Starbucks.
Yeah, but I think I'm in my with Starbucks era.
Why? Are you getting bad health issues?
No, it's just like I'm getting a lot of coffee stains on my teeth. So, and I'm just like, and each time I go to like my cleaning, they're like, I see you have a lot of coffee stains. Yeah, sorry.
I'm surprised you get coffee. Like when I go to Starbucks, very often I get my shaken espresso, but most of the time I get a tea.
I remember like when I used to get like the teas and stuff primarily because I wasn't really a big coffee drinker.
Mm-hmm.
And then something happened in the switch. And I think it's like ever since they changed their recipes for like their teas and their refreshers, and it's just been, for me, way more sweeter than it has to be. I can't fuck with this no more.
They
It's
have
too
shit
sweet.
lemonade.
Yeah, their lemonade, ever since they changed their recipe for their lemonade and it got sweeter, I'm like, no, I'm
It's
done.
shit. I was telling Eric off cam, I was like, I can't wait to go see the Barbie movie because I don't know, the nostalgia that I'm seeing, because I was never the person to play Barbies, but my friend was. She had everything Barbie.
Ooh,
she had the
got
big,
money.
she did. She had the big Barbie dream house. She had like 5 or 6 Barbies. She had the pregnant Barbie. My thing wasn't Barbie. My thing was Bratz. I fucking loved me some Bratz. I think it was the big lips and the big eyes and the nice hair.
Didn't Bratz like kind of focus more on like different skin tones?
Yeah, they were more ethnic. They
Whereas,
were
like,
more.
Barbie was more, at the time, was way more just
Yeah, it was
blonde hair,
traditionally
blue eyes.
American Nazi. Let's just say it. And I'm pretty sure it was a sex doll.
What?
The history of Barbie is a sex doll.
I don't think so.
We're gonna pause this.
Girl, you need to watch The Toys That Made Us because there's a Barbie one.
I think that's it. I was right, guys. So in reality, German Nazi. So in reality, the doll was based on a German sex toy called Lily. It was the 1956 co-founder Mattel and her teenage daughter stood outside a shop in Switzerland, transfixed by the window display. It was 11.5-inch doll with platinum ponytail, heavy lined eyes, puckered lips, and sitting on a rope swing. It was a sex toy.
I'm shook. But The Toys That Made Us, that documentary, all those episodes are really good.
Toys That Made Us and Movies That Made Us.
Oh my God, yes.
I love Movies That Made Us. So great. Okay, so am I the asshole? Husband accused me of financial infidelity. Initial response. What do you think?
That's not enough information for me to say anything. Read that one more time.
Am I the asshole? Husband accused me of financial infidelity.
Initially, I'm going to say yes. We're going to find out.
This is quite long, but bitch, it's juicy. My ass gasped at the end. We're going to get into it, but there's a couple of updates on this motherfucker. 3 updates.
3 updates? I love it.
And mind you, at this point, when I was looking at it, it was like 9 days old.
So it's recent.
Recent. My husband, 33 male, and I, 33 female, have been married for 10 years together since college. Since starting out, we have made financial security a priority and have been able to achieve that. A bit with some good luck along the way. We both have good paying jobs, both getting paid close to $200,000.
Damn. And I'm over here thinking like, okay, good paying jobs, probably like $60,000, $70,000, almost $200,000.
Girl, from what I saw, he's in finance and she's in tech. We're in the wrong field, bitch. Anywho, student loans were paid off a few years. Both went to state schools with some scholarships, so didn't have a lot of debt to begin with. We live in a house I inherited from my grandmother, so no mortgage, and don't have any credit card debt. We maxed out our 401k and currently have 18 months of expenses in our emergency fund and are still adding to it. They're
18 months worth?
Yes.
They're like emergency savings?
They're adults, yes. Our cars are both paid off and should be good for another 5+ years, and we don't have any credit card debt. Emphasis. We manage our finances in a hybrid manner. Joint account for bills and savings and separate account for our, quote, fun money. We each get a pretty generous monthly allotment. The fun money is strictly for our individual expenses, so hobbies, clothes, outing with friends, etc., and not for things like date nights, vacations, or large joint purchases like household appliances and repairs, which come out of the joint account. We also agreed that if either of us get any bonuses or has a side hustle income, those will go into our individual fund money accounts unless the funds are made for a larger expense such as major home repairs. In terms of our quote unquote fund money, my husband is much more of a spender than I am due to his expensive hobbies. He likes golfing and collecting sports memorabilia. And he's also more into designer clothes, which is fine. It's his fun money.
Okay, real quick though. I can understand the guy having like want to spend more money on like designer clothes because like when it comes to men's fashion at like Target, I feel like when it comes to women's clothing, there's a lot more choices versus men's. It's way more limited. That's all I have to
He's
say.
definitely probably someone who has like a Versace suit or some shit like that.
Which honestly, girl, don't get Versace.
But also,
get Tom Ford. Like,
golf
get a tall,
is expensive. When I used to work at the spa and they had an on-site golf course, I think it was like the 18 holes was like $150.
My God.
So it's like golf is expensive, but that's your fault, bitch. Why the fuck you like golf? Go mini golf. What the fuck?
Same thing.
Top golf, bitch.
Yeah, same thing. But then again, when you're making almost $200,000, that's
what's really
change.
Expensive.
Right.
Okay, back onto it, which is fine. It's his fun money. On the other hand, my hobbies are less expensive: running, working out, reading, baking, etc. In general, I'm more introverted, and a great time for me is tea with friends at one of our houses with homemade pastries. I have also been getting back into gaming lately, which is an expensive fucking hobby.
When you're making almost $200,000 a year, no, it's not.
Wait till you hear what she does. Getting back into gaming lately after setting it aside for much of the past decade while building my career. After realizing I had more than enough in my fun money account, I decided to overhaul my gaming system and got myself a new PC, desk, and gaming chair, totaling the cost about $5,000, which is not too crazy because I have a gaming chair for work from home because those bitches are comfortable.
They're comfortable, but they're expensive.
Yeah, I paid mine was on sale because the bitch is broke, $100.
Okay,
but the original price is $250.
Okay, yeah. And then like a nice like quality desk.
And the Alien PCs, which is what a lot of gamers have,
those are expensive.
Expensive.
And then like a good like nice desk
and a good like camera to like video yourself for Twitch or whatever streaming services, expensive. So $5,000 for that.
Okay. If she's overhauling it and she wants like good quality like items and then okay, yeah.
Again,
reasonable.
What's $5,000 from $200,000?
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Okay. However, upon hearing about the purchase, my husband is furious. He says he had no idea I had saved so much money and that I should have consulted him before spending $5,000.
I changed my mind. She is not the asshole. I change it.
I asked what difference it made if it was my own accrued fund money and not our joint fund. And he insisted that my accumulating this amount without telling him was a form of financial infidelity. He says he lost trust in me and doesn't know what else I might be hiding. He is demanding that I return the items I purchased and deposit most of the funds to our joint account. He wants to make a new rule that fund money accounts can't accumulate more than $2,000. Any excess goes into our joint account. A rule that would obviously favor him as a person who spends more on his allotments each month instead of saving up for anything bigger. I feel like I'm being punished for being more of a day-to-day saver than spender. It wouldn't occur to me to demand to know how much my husband has in his fun and money account or to try to micromanage what he spends. I wasn't hiding anything deliberately. He never asked about it until after I made the purchase. Still, maybe I should have been more transparent about my plans. So, am I the asshole? Side note, the husband and I each have our own offices or hobby rooms in our house. So it's not like the gaming system was going to be in the space he uses. I don't usually game while my husband is at home unless he's already busy doing something for himself. My biggest block of gaming time is typically when he's off playing golf. I usually run 40 to 50 miles a week, so it's not like I'm generally sedentary. I can't think of a good reason why he would object to me gaming or having a nice gaming system in my own space. He's a cunt.
She's not the asshole.
He's such a fucking cunt. Like, you're doing the most.
It's kind of given, like, controlling in a sense. Because, like, I bet he spends, I don't know, he probably could be spending more in, like, 3 months than how much he spent for those, like, that her own personal stuff.
He's for sure spending more because if his hobbies is golf, so let's say you go per month to the golf course, like each, I guess, I don't know how a membership works because I'm not into golf or whatever, but based on selling packages, it was $150. And this was a quote unquote luxurious resort.
Then there's probably like the rental for
he probably has his own golf equipment.
Which are expensive too, but like I'm talking like I guess the golf cart.
But I feel like since this is his hobby, I feel like he might have a membership to a club.
Okay. Again, expensive though.
But then also he likes designer clothes. Designer clothes ain't cheap.
But then like also like let's say he's probably going to the like golfing with like his friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then let's think about it. Okay, golfing. What's at the golf like clubs?
I don't
the
fucking
little
know.
people that like run the carts.
The
caddies, especially, and
you gotta tip them.
They tend to be women.
Caddies?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're women, sometimes they're men. Mostly men. Because the golf putts are heavy as fuck.
Well, not the caddies, but like the ones that drive the carts and like sell the drinks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they're probably like attendants.
Yeah, like the attendants, like they're probably most likely women. Mm-hmm. And let's be real, like typically younger,
they get more flashy.
They are gonna try to woo them with the amount of tips that they're giving them.
I mean, you can woo me any day with my tips. Side note, how much do you think their monthly allowances are?
Their monthly allowance for
the fun money, yeah.
Fun money? Well, he just said that he wanted to like cap it at like 2,000. Mm-hmm. So I would assume there was no limit before.
Well, they each allotted themselves $1,500 a month
for fun money. But he wanted to cap it like the most. He
wanted the account for each person to be a max of 2.
And I'm supposed to like guess how much she had.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, in general, what they each allotted each other was $1,500.
Okay.
So I read in a comment, it's like, so you both have an allotment of $1,500 and he wants you to cap it at 2. So if you decided not to go out and spending, let's say 2 months worth, you're already at 3,000. So you're just supposed to give up 1,000 of your dollars to him because he decided to spend. Because it says the next quote, she says that he goes on a month to month spending. So he uses his shit, his $1,500 allotment.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, no, fuck him.
No, she is not the asshole in this situation. She is not. Because, like, first of all, like, what are you spending $1,500 in fun things? Like, I get it. You guys have that luxurious lifestyle that you can afford it. Clearly, they can afford it.
Yeah.
It is your own money. You have, 18 months worth of, like, emergency
You're set. When I read the first post, I literally was like, he's so fucking controlling. What does her spending her money have anything to do with you? The bills are paid. Your account, you're both contributing.
She's still making her ends meet. She's still contributing to like
the
the
same
other
amount
things.
that you are in your
Right.
emergency fund. Why the fuck does it matter what she does on her personal dime?
Right.
If you are jealous that she has more money than you save because you tend to spend it all and she's a saver, and you just want to use her money because you have no more money, so you're probably in personal debt that she doesn't know anything about. She may think you don't have credit card debt, but you probably have credit card debt trying to keep up your expensive taste.
Mm-hmm. It's given controlling.
Facts. So we stay with you're not the asshole, sis, but let's get into the updates.
Ooh.
Okay. My husband finally calmed down enough to have a conversation with me. As many others who provided comments suggested,
I don't like that.
It wasn't.
He finally calmed down so he can have a conversation.
He's
with
such a
me.
bitch. So another thing that would get me was like, I would understand why he would be pissed.
But
Like if she lied to him about like, oh, we need a new dishwasher, and then overpriced how much the dishwasher was for like $1,000 and she just pocketed it.
okay, but some dishwashers. Okay.
Shut. He has
Anytime I go to fucking Best Buy,
this bitch.
I have to go. I have to go to the dishwasher, stove, and fridge section just to like look at it and just like think like, I wish I could do this, but I live in a fucking apartment and the houses are too expensive in this housing market, so I just have to dream about it.
The fucking like refrigerators that he shows me are like KitchenAid or some foreign shit that I've never
Girl,
heard of at
And
fucking
they're
Best
so
Buy.
fucking pretty.
Anywho,
But yes,
so yeah,
continue.
so he calmed down enough to have a conversation with me. As many others who provided comments suggested, it wasn't really about the money, but a window into a larger issue in our relationship. Essentially, my husband has been feeling increasingly unhappy with me for a while for the following reasons. In general, he feels that he's a lot more committed to his career development than I am. It's true that although we currently have about the same income, the ceiling for his field, which is finance, is a lot higher than the one for mine, which is technology and software development. He's currently in an executive training program, and I decidedly not. He's feeling resentful that he's having to work long hours in a high pressure environment while I get to work primarily at home, doing something that is fun and fairly easy for me, and I am not stretching myself to do more. He's concerned that over these time, these sentiments are going to build and that I am not going to end up pulling my weight financially if he takes a huge leap in his career and I don't. First of all,
it's given he wants the bills to be 50-50, no matter how much he's making,
Yeah.
no matter how much she's making.
Exactly.
He could be making, let's say he does grow and starts making, let's say $400,000 a year. The bills are still going to be 50-50.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like, if I was making $400,000 a year and my partner was making, let's say, $200,000 a year, yes, I would eat up most of the bills.
But what bills is he pissed off about? They have no mortgage. They're just paying
cars are paid off.
The cars are paid off. All they're doing
They max
is
out their 401k.
all they're doing is paying taxes, utilities.
401k, like you max out at what, $6,000?
I think it's 6%, depending on what company you're working for.
But
I
still,
think that's
they
what
could-
she means by maxing it out.
Okay, well,
but that's individual.
That's like they can hit that goal like in what?
But that's still individual from their own paychecks because it's their own company. It doesn't sound like they work for the same company.
You're making more money, so yeah, you got to pay more taxes. But then once you make a certain amount of tax, you pay less than like the poorest people in this country. Like, literally, he wants the bills to be 100% 50-50. And then like the whole like, oh, well, she doesn't have the same drive that I do to like blah, blah, blah.
That sounds like a you problem, bitch.
Girl,
who told you to want to be an executive in this fucking climate where companies aren't loyal to anybody? That's your own personal ambition. That has nothing to do with her.
And then on top of that, like, girl, you're going to get to a certain point where like, you're probably going to be like a boss. in charge of everybody. So who you got to report to your other boss, but like
let's be
the rules get
honest.
more and more lax as you get higher up.
Exactly. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you reach that-
Managers and supervisors don't do shit. They delegate, if anything. They literally do nothing and get paid everything. When you're an executive, you ain't doing shit but overseeing stuff. You ain't doing nothing, son. So stop bitching. Shut the fuck up. When I read that part, I literally was like, he's cheating. He's cheating like there's nobody's fucking business. And he just wants out and he's coming up with the most stupidest shit ever.
It sounds like he's a very insecure individual. He doesn't seem to appreciate his partner, his wife.
Okay.
And then he's making this whole stink about $5,000. And they probably make that.
Let's see. So 200,000 divide 52 weeks.
That's probably like one work
Bro,
week.
It's a week. They make $3,846.
So like a week and a half.
Boo-hoo. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, onto the complete second bullet point. He remarked that since getting back into gaming a few months ago, I have been putting a little bit of effort into cooking. I do nearly all the cooking because I work from home and have an easier schedule. It's true that I have been fixing simpler meals like grilled chicken salads or chili with cornbread instead of an elaborate meal with fussier foods and several sides. He has also noticed that I haven't been doing the elaborate table settings I used to. So with flowers on the table, fancy placements, etc.
That takes time.
So honestly, I didn't realize he noticed or cared about this, but apparently he does. Acts of service are one of his main love languages. So overall, he feels a little neglected because of this. Third point. He also feels I'm not putting enough effort into my appearance, not in terms of weight or body. I'm a long distance runner and slim, but in terms of these things like clothes, hair, etc., it's true that I've never paid much attention to these things given that I work from home in tech and the standards of appearance is extremely low and I far exceed that. I tend to buy simpler things, practical clothes at places like Target and Walmart and don't wear much makeup and keep my hair in a simple ponytail. I do glam up a little more for date nights and other dressy occasions, but most days he comes home from work to find me in a t-shirt and yoga pants with no makeup and he wants me to make more of an effort. First of all, he's describing a 1950s housewife, but the way he's living, he doesn't want you to be a housewife because he doesn't want to pay for your shit. So you still have to be a working bitch, but you have to have the components of a housewife. You have to have food ready on the table when he comes home. You got to look fucking great in a fucking tight ass dress, no flab over the stomach, a tight ass and a tighter cooch. But he's able to have a fucking beer gut, walk around looking real dusty as fuck with sweaty pits and shit like that. Like, let alone.
What was that?
That was Dumbledore.
That was kind of scary for a second.
My dog must have shook himself, but we got scared. But like, his expectations are so unobtainable. And why the fuck does it matter that she doesn't get glammed up every single day? Like, she works from home. Who the fuck is she getting dressed up for? Your bitch ass is halfway not there. You guys aren't going anywhere. Why the fuck does it matter that she's in yoga pants? She just said she is slim. She exercises. She's not letting herself go. Like, she's not like she's gained 1,001 pounds, even though that shouldn't be an issue either. And
right. Through sickness, through health.
Like, and it sounds like this is how she's been since you've been with her.
My issue is he's like, oh yeah, she doesn't take care of herself how I want her to. Like, okay, use your own personal funds to buy the clothes that you want her to wear. Buy her the makeup that you want her to wear. And honestly, I get it. Like, the older I get, I'm just like, girl, I'm here to be comfortable. I'm not here to try to, like, you know, she's married. Who is she gonna try to, like, appeal for? She's not going for, like, other men's, like, you know, like, they're gays. She's very content of who she is. She sounds like she's very secure of who she is.
She sounds normal as fuck.
When you're in a relationship, you tend to gain weight because, you know, like, you guys are eating, you tend to like go on more dates, you're eating a little bit unhealthier or whatever. If she's still working out, and she said that she ran
This
like
bitch
50
runs
miles
40 to 50 miles a week.
a week.
She's a long distance runner. The bottom line is that because of all of these things, he's starting to notice other women. Says he hasn't cheated. Fucking lie. Any man who emphasizes he hasn't cheated yet has cheated. He's a fucking liar. Says he hasn't cheated. He's just noticed other people because he regularly is disappointed in me. In particular, given that he works in finance, there are a good number of very well career-oriented type A women who manage to have fantastic bodies, be effortlessly polished and glam, and have more interesting hobbies. He also says he feels horrible about all of this because he knows I'm a good person and that he's being judgmental. Glad you fucking know. That it's not so much I've changed as that his own goals and expectations have changed in the past couple of years. When the fuck were you gonna tell us this? And yes, I'm invested in this fucking relationship. The financial infidelity, quote unquote, part comes into play because he feels I'm not really investing in myself or our relationship, thus cheating on our future in a sense. He also says he loves me enough to be honest. That's bullshit. You're being brutal for no reason.
There's being honest and then there's being brutal.
Exactly. I do believe he isn't trying to be hurtful. I really had to drag this out of him, that he doesn't want us to drift apart further, that he doesn't want to be angry and resentful, and he knows he's asking for a lot. I know that many on this sub might say I should just tell him to take a hike and call my lawyer. But we've been married for 10 years, have invested a lot in this relationship, and I want to see if marriage can be saved. So a couple of things. First, we did make an appointment for marriage counseling and started next week. I'm going to try to do at least some of the stuff above. I'm not sure about making myself or professionally ambitious when I'm already happy with my work-life balance and we're already financially comfortable, but I can at least try doing other things. Return to spending more time on cooking and decor, fix myself up a bit more when he's on his way home from work, now that I know that they're important to him. I also know that in the end, I may feel like I'm just tiptoeing around and contorting myself to please him, but it won't cost me anything, certainly much less in a divorce. To try for a month or two and then see how we both feel. And I know I would always regret it if I didn't try.
So she's going to do all these things, bending backwards for him. But what is he doing for her? Relationships are a two-way street. She's going to be carrying on. If she's the only one bending backwards to like please him, some of that's going to turn to resentment.
She's going to get resentful for him because she's, again, doing everything. Again, it's one-sided. It's at this point in life, it's not a he's doing this, she's not doing this. It's one person is putting more effort into the relationship than the other person, and that's not fair. So that's the second part. The third part, there's 3 posts to this motherfucker. We're back. Sorry about that. Camera died. So we're going to bust this bitch out and give you the greatest part of it all before my phone dies. So party. The third installment, final update that we have. So the more I thought about it, the more requests really demands were sitting poorly with me. I decided to try a little experiment over the weekend to see what would happen if I tried to meet some of the demands, not because I actually thought they were reasonable, but because I increasingly had a sense that the goalposts would just keep moving, that I was playing a losing game. So Saturday morning, I went to the salon for a glow up, haircut, fresh highlights, mani-pedi, then went to the farmer's market to pick up fresh flowers for our table and assorted other gourmet ingredients. Saturday is usually our date night out, but I suggested we stay in so I could make us a special dinner, steakhouse style, lobster bisque, bread basket with several types of rolls and savory muffins made from scratch, crab stuffed mushrooms, filet mignon, au gratin potatoes.
What? Let me see.
Au gratin? Au gratin.
Ooh, gratin.
Au gratin potatoes.
Croque de ooh.
White chocolate mousse topped with raspberries. I wore a lavender, his favorite color, on me, sheath dress and high heels and fully done hair and makeup. For all that, I get a lukewarm thanks. It was tasty. He's cheating. And a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, she said that he's cheating.
No, I'm saying he's cheating because you did all this.
She did all that, did what he wants her to do, and all she got was thanks.
It was tasty. Bitch, for that, I better be getting dick down, my walls expanded, my vagina eaten to a crumble.
Mm-hmm.
I better be getting the fucking works.
No crumbs left.
And you better not be looking at me to give you head.
That.
Because not only did she cook all that, but she cleaned up. Sunday, we usually go out, but he suggested I make us brunch at home. Funny how he suggests I make us brunch.
She just made him dinner, and then he wants her to make brunch. Why don't you treat your wife to like a very nice, like classy brunch area?
Since she did all the fucking heavy lifting. And you didn't even fuck her? That's the thing that wows me. Okay, not saying that sex is everything in a relationship, but...
She put in the effort, and you didn't even give her dick. Girl, out my face. Out my face. Get the... Out my face. Out of my face.
So,
it's now your
good.
phone.
Ah! Welcome back to the porn set.
Phone camera got filled with storage.
You know what?
But you know what? We worked it out.
Okay. Sunday, we usually go out, but he suggested I make us brunch at home. So I made French press coffee, mimosa with fresh squeezed orange juice, Belgian waffles with banana Foster toppings, eggs scrambled with Parmesan and fresh herbs from our garden, roasted fingerling potatoes, and maple glazed bacon. I wore a blue sleeveless sundress, wedge sandals. Again, did my hair and makeup. Again, I got a thanks. It was good. And no help with serving or cleaning up. Again, no dick down, no
dick.
Eating out to guarantee a orgasm, no finger banging, no nothing. If she's into anal, no anal. If she's into pegging you, no pegging.
Rip.
Like,
sounds
bro.
Like a very sexless marriage. Probably at that point.
He sounds like he's the person to pump 3 times and be like, I'm done. And then walk away. Where's the spunk, Adam?
Where's the spunk, Adam?
Nowhere. Like, this poor lady. Afterwards, I asked him if this is what he had in mind when he critiqued me before. He said that it was a start, but that I was acting very entitled for wanting credit for basic adulting. This is not basic adulting.
That is going up and beyond and meeting the standards of your partner when this is something that he brought up as an issue towards her. She's doing what he requires her to do.
Exactly.
Which is like, couldn't be me because it's a two-way street. She's doing what she thinks is going to help their marriage.
We digress. Moving on. He then dropped a bomb that he was being so hard on me because he realized lately I had a lot to make up for due to me being, quote unquote, a low value woman, end quote. I asked what on earth he meant by that. And he said it was because I wasn't a virgin when we met. That's what she says. What? Keep in mind, we started dating at 21. Neither of us claimed to be virgins and stated that as an expectation, except for very religious people, or in parentheses, neither of us are, in parentheses. I don't think most 21-year-old college students are virgins.
At this point, he's just looking for a reason to like just kind of end it.
I'm upfront with him then that I've been in two previous partners. I had two previous partners. My high school boyfriend, who we separated when we went off to different colleges in different countries, and another boyfriend I had met my first year of college, and that's it. Both committed relationships and nothing casual. Girl, you don't need to explain, because if a man loves you, he doesn't give a fuck about your body count. But whatever. He then went on to say that because of my low value, I was going to need to make it up to him for the rest of my life. Then,
excuse me?
That I didn't deserve monogamy or equal treatment, and that I was lucky that anyone at all wanted to marry me.
So, in a sense, he just admitted to cheating.
Exactly. And that he's quote unquote connected with someone from work. So if I wanted to keep him, I better step up. I told him it doesn't sound like there was anything to keep if he no longer loved me, in parentheses, or even liked me or respected me, in parentheses. Told him to leave, and he said he would gladly go to his girlfriend's place. I know so many people here insisted he was having an affair, and I just didn't want to see it. And that his quote unquote complaints were really all part of a campaign to distance himself from me. I feel so foolish for just thinking he was going through a stressful time at work and that he genuinely wanted to work on our marriage. Anyways, I have taken the week off from work to get my head together, have an appointment with the lawyers tomorrow, canceled marriage counseling appointment, but got a referral to an individual therapist who can do an intake session with me later in the week. He and the quote unquote girlfriend apparently are coming this evening to get more of his clothes and things, so I have to brace myself for that. Also, please be ensured I do not think I'm a low value in any way. I let my husband make me think less of myself on some levels for a short time, but now I truly see he was the problem. Obviously, we don't share the same goals, values, and he has become someone I don't recognize. I know divorce won't be fun or easy, but I will be okay. Thank you for all the help.
Girl, the fact that he admitted to cheating, ooh, I hope they had some cheating clause in their
I don't know
prenup.
If
they had a prenup or not.
By her writing, she sounds like she's American. So I feel like majority of the states in the U.S. have 50-50, unless you have something written up. But she doesn't say anything about...
Girl, if I'm going to get married, I'm going to make sure there's a cheating clause on that.
I'm going to have a prenup. Fuck this bullshit. I ain't got a lot, but I got a little something.
I think the person that, is ending it and filing for divorce and is the victim of the cheating, then, yeah, they should get a good chunk from that divorce.
So she responded to some comments in her post, and she put in the recent, mind you, this is updated 4 days ago. Yeah, very fucking recent.
Yeah.
So
I remember you saying it was a recent thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it was this recent. I know you said it was 9 days ago.
The initial post was 9 days ago. This third and final update is 4 days ago.
All that happened
in 2 weeks. This poor lady's life blew the fuck up. Thank God she's in a good financial situation where she wasn't dependent on him, because he is definitely the type of person to leave you destitute with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He does not give a flying fuck about anybody.
Clearly. And if she's going through divorce, if she has actual proof of that.
Girl, it sounds like that's her house, so she should be okay with not having to worry about that.
If they're married, then it's probably under both names.
No, because it's her grandmother's house, so she inherited.
Okay, then yeah. Kick his ass out, which sounds like she did.
So she responded to a comment and she put, yes, it seems like he fell down the toxic masculinity hole at some point fairly recent. Retroactively,
it's at the golf club place.
Retroactively punishing me for not being a virgin at the offset. After a 12-year relationship, including 10 years of marriage, it's just completely over the top.
It's coming left field, if you had such an issue with me not being a virgin when we first met, then why did you marry me? Why did you date me?
It's an easy cop-out for him at this current moment. She also says, I even said, this person you connected with at work is actually a virgin. He smirks, well, she was. So, virgin or not, someone who would sleep...
So it's an issue that she wasn't a virgin when he married her, but he's okay with threw on this lady that was a virgin and she's not married.
Virgin or not, someone who would sleep with a married colleague is a higher value than me, unless he lied about his marital status. So yeah, so you willingly value someone who's a quote unquote homewrecker
That
over someone who wasn't a virgin.
right.
All in all, it's plain as day you're not the asshole. You literally did everything you needed to reinforce your relationship, reinforce and re-solidify your intentions. You did everything you needed to. He's been checked out. He's thankfully like coughed it up and like, yeah, bitch, I've been cheating on you. So it's literally not you. It's the gaslighting.
The gaslighting.
You know, hopefully he gets the clap. But you know,
and you know what? She's like still young. She can have like some fun time. Have fun with your friends. Go to the clubs.
Enjoy yourself, because clearly he was sucking up all your happiness, fucking dick. After the multiple delays, we have finished this pod. Anyways, so that was it. Again, like, subscribe, follow for my YouTube viewers and audio listeners. Follow and subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts. Dos vidania.
Das vidania.
Bye.